Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. Probably I have got to walk, right? Thank you very much for participants of this forum, and we really appreciate with the attendance of all the audience. The only motive that we have, like what Mr. Keith mentioned before, is that we would like to advocate. We from Ministry of Home Affairs would like to advocate on good publication practice. I mean, good content of publication. And we would like to advise, we would like to promote to the public to choose the right type of content, the right type of publication which bring positive benefits to the society, to the generation, and to the nation in the long run. In the long run. Okay. First of all, I would like to introduce myself. I'm Norhanita binti Kayat, Senior Assistant Director of this Division, Enforcement and Control Division of Ministry of Home Affairs. Okay, I have 20 years of experience in the civil servant department, civil servant sector, in the government sector, and I focus on the publication, on regulating our act to the publication. So what we do in this division of Enforcement and Control Division, what we do, we regulate acts. We regulate Printing Presses and Publication Act, and we also regulate Al-Quran Tax Printing Act 1986 to make sure that all Al-Quran that we have in the market, in this booth, in this KL International Book Fairs have the Prakuan from Ministry of Home Affairs. And we also regulate on Film Censorship Act 2002 and also Private Agencies Act 1971 on monitoring the security, the services to the nation. Whoever controls the media controls the mind. Anyone would like to agree with that? I think we can partly agree with that. You know, everything that we read is actually shaping our mind, developing our intellectual, and also affecting our lifestyle. But we believe Malaysian, our community, our society is smart enough to actually choose the right content of publication. And we, Ministry of Home Affairs, believe that really support the industry of publication. So we are part of these fairs actually. We are part of the committee, and we would like to support the reading habits among our generation. We believe that it is very important for the publishers, the sellers, the writers to understand what messages, what positive messages that should be conveyed to the readers, and try to prevent those negative elements, those negative messages which we try not to convey to the readers, so as not to bring negative effects to the readers and to the community as a whole. Okay? Alright. This is in conjunction of National Journalist Day recently, this year, 2023, the Prime Minister, Dato' Sri Anwar Ibrahim said, media gives the public's concerns. Media has a role to convey the issues from the public and also to convey policies from the government. But media also holds a huge responsibility to shape the public's view. That's how important it is, the media. And talking about freedom. Yeah? Alright. Sorry. Can you slide? Okay, next slide. Alright. And talking about freedom, our Malaysian Federal Constitution, Article 10 says that Malaysians are granted 3 types of freedom. First, freedom of speech, right to assemble peacefully and without arms, and third, the right to form associations with a restriction. Subsection 2, Article 10 says that Parliament also can impose restriction through legislation if necessary in the interest of security of the country, security of the federation, diplomatic relationship with other countries, public orders, and also on morality concepts. So we give them freedom, but also there's a restriction to that when it comes to public order and national security. Look again. This is a fact. I'm talking about fact. World Press Freedom Index from Reporters Without Borders. We have come in a very good position, leaping up from ranking 144, 145 in year 2018. We leap into ranking of 73 out of 180 countries in year 2023. So what else to say? And we have this freedom of speech? Yes, we do. And we want to prevent from this freedom being exploited or manipulated from irresponsible parties. Next. So this is the main part. From the Federal Constitution, Article 10, towards our Act, Printing Presses and Publication Act. So what do we have? What we do is all bounded by this Act. Our enforcement people is around because of this Act. They don't go ultra-virus more than the power given to us. Right? First of all, the preliminary will be on the definition of what documents are, what publications are, what are newspapers. Then let me refer to my notes. Documents. Definition of documents. Documents are any paper, card, or other material or substance on which is printed, typed, written, or marked letters, figures, marks, pictorial, or any other visible representation, and includes newspaper, book, and pamphlet. So what is a newspaper? Newspaper defines as any publication containing news, intelligence, or report, observations of the incidents of the news, intelligence or occurrences, or to any matter of public interest, or any magazine, comic, or other forms of periodical printed in any language. So that's newspaper. The key word is periodical documents. And what is prohibited publication? Prohibited publication means, in our layman say that haram, buku haram. No, it must be gazetted. Prohibited publication must be gazetted. So we don't say haram, we say it's prohibited publication, as in section 7 of this act. Right? Another section in this Printing Press Publication Act is about licensing. Every printing machine which exists, which can print 1,000 per hour or more than that, must have a license on the printing press. Alright, so maybe you can check lah. We check from the booth. From the booth, do they? Who is the printer? Is the printer actually have a license with us? Because we have all this information in our system. The next section in our act is on permit. So any periodical documents. Periodical documents means publication which is published in periodical, either daily, weekly, or monthly. This kind of publication must have publication permit. Yeah. And it is an offense if they don't have. if newspaper or magazine does not have a publication permit, so it's an offense. And maybe which is very related to our topic today, why we need to control the media, is the section 7, undesirable publication. Yeah, minister has the right to gazette prohibited publication, to any publication, either is periodical publication or is it one-off publication, if they have these 7 elements which can be harmful, can be harmful in the layman words. If it's harmful, alright. Yes, undesirable publication. If it has if elements on that might be harmful to the public orders, right? We, Malaysia, is a very diverse society. We have multiracial and we practice religions, not only Islam, so many religions. And then the publication should not have this kind of elements that might harm the public order, that send sensitive messages that might stir peacefulness or harmonious society. And the most important thing that we come across is that undesirable publication has elements that can harm morality. Yeah, this is a fact. Imported publication that we check mostly prohibited because of this morality. Because it might be harmful to our teenagers, for our generations who are going to be leaders in future. So do we want this kind of leaders who are corrupted in mind from what they have read, right? So it gives them uncomfortable thinking about our generation, our next leader, easy access to this undesirable publication because of morality element. Another element that can cause undesirable, that can be classified as undesirable publication is it might harm the security, national security, and also it might alarm, menggemparkan fikiran. In Malay, menggemparkan fikiran. It might alarm public opinion. So small news, bernama small news. For example, it's not small news. It's something exaggerated news. For example, a boy get lost here in this Pesta Buku. Suddenly, the news captured a boy was kidnapped and the organ and also been transported to Thailand, and the organ has been mutilated. Is like that. So it's exaggerating news. Yeah. And also, undesirable publication can be classified if they have element that is against any law. Any law means include the fatwa of kebangsaan is also considered law. And the 6 elements is if the publication have elements that harm public interest and national interest, they can be classified as undesirable publication. And upon kajian, upon studying the publication, we will propose to the minister to gazette as the publication as prohibited publication. So all in all, that's what we do, preventing. Yeah, and we are not the police. We are helping the industry again by advocating on good content of publication, and we also would like to advise the society, the community, on choosing the right type of publication that bring positive benefits to them and to the nation. If you can see, the landscape of the media landscape has changes. Yeah, at one time people only read printed newspaper, but now many of us favors reading news from a portal online. So that's a big challenge to regulators, to Bernama, to KDN, and to our strategic partner. Kementerian Komunikasi and Digital. With that, I pass over to moderator.
Norhanita, we give her a big round of applause because she has betul-betul dah buat ini kajian research tentang dia punya presentation ni, and also quite terkini kerana dia pun menyebutkan apa yang Amat Muhammad Perdana Menteri mengatakan di Ipoh pada hari Ahad lalu. This is about the freedom, about the media. There is no restriction on the media, but media has got to be bertanggungjawab. That is very important. And I also learned something from her because we don't know that a machine that can print 1,000 copies in 1 hour needs a permit. Hari ni pun saya dah belajar sikit ni. But the other thing yang penting also is about the 7 points yang you have to, we as content creators kena ambil maklum tentang how we should be mindful that things that we create or sebarkan do not create the huru-hara or alarm, the kind of thing. Yeah, so I think what she has mentioned is very important to the media people, very important to book authors, so that we know we do not want to, let's say, step on the banana skin lah, macam tu. Yang penting jangan terpijak ni kulit pisang.